All right, guys, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, all depending on when and where you're logging in from. And welcome to this Tron Chain presentation and workshop. My name is Andreas Cartud. For those of you who don't know me, I am the creator and founder of Tron Chain, and it is my pleasure to be here to introduce to you all exactly what Tron Chain is all about. We're also going to have a quick Q&A at the end of this session, so if you have any questions, type them into the Q&A chat box and we will get to them at the end. Now, let us jump straight into the presentation and talk about what is the hottest smart contract on the market and has been so for the past 5 months, topping all rankings around the world, and it is Tron Chain. It is the world's first decentralized community support fund, which has been designed by the people for the people. This is what we're going to look into. Now, Tron Chain is brought to you by the Eclipse City dev team and was designed with the intention of serving as a fair and just financial support system. Now, the content of this presentation will be as following. What is a smart contract? What is Tron Chain? How does Tron Chain work? The 4 ways of receiving from the Tron Chain Community Fund, the minimum and maximum deposit limits of Tron Chain, the total distribution and allocation of the funds deposited to Tron Chain, the insurance contract for Tron Chain Community, and of course some final notes. Now, let us jump straight into what is a smart contract. Now, a smart contract, just to get a basic understanding of this, is a self-executing contract deployed on the public blockchain. It acts only according to the program protocol and executes the contract terms when the requirements of the contract has been met. It also does so without the need of a third party. A smart contract is there to simply perform the action it has been programmed to do without that need of a third party or any human intervention. This also means that a smart contract has the characteristics of being immutable, tamper-proof, fair, just, and fully transparent, which brings trust and confidence to the users. A smart contract will do only what it's programmed to do. Once deployed on the public chain, it cannot be altered, it cannot be stopped, and it acts strictly according to its protocol. Now, there are also no limits to what a smart contract algorithm can do. We can see that with the ever-expanding DeFi industry that is emerging, we see now more and more ways where smart contract technology is utilized to bring real-life financial services to the blockchain world through trust, integrity, and transparency. Now, let's have a look at what the Tron Chain smart contract is all about. Now, Tron Chain smart contract has been designed by the Eclipse City team to provide everyone with a DeFi support fund. It's a community fund where everyone supports everyone and is fully based on the Tron blockchain and smart contract technology. Anyone can participate by depositing Tron to the Tron Chain contract. They will support the Tron Chain community members. So when making a deposit, the contract code will be activated and you will now start to receive support back from the community fund in a form of a 1% daily return. You will do so until 310% has been received. Now, Tron Chain can actually be viewed as a decentralized third party acting like a community aid, which ensures complete fairness, transparency, and justice for all participants of the community support fund, according to the algorithm code. Now, Tron Chain is 100% decentralized and community-based as a project. This means that there are no guarantee of income or an additional profits generated in the Tron Chain project. All that you receive from Tron Chain is received from other community members. This is a peer-to-peer support model where you support others and others support you back. What's important to know is that there are no mediators or intermediaries. There's no owners, there's no company, no CEO, no human interaction. And this is all effectively guaranteeing the fairness of all participating partners and partners' funds according to the rules of the smart contract. Now, important to know as well is that the Eclipse City dev team is developing multiple projects within DeFi, online gaming, banking, and crypto debit cards that will complete the vision of a complete ecosystem with several services in multiple billion-dollar industries that will generate additional revenue added to the Tron Chain Community Fund. Now, how does Tron Chain work? Well, one, you can deposit Tron to the Tron Chain community of contract. Two, the contract code will activate 24 hours after you deposit. You will receive your first 1% daily return. Three, you will continue to receive that 1% every 24 hours until you receive 310% of your deposit. Now, the 310% support can be received in 4 different ways. You have one which is completely passive, and then you have 3 optional by marketing. When 310% support is received through any of these 4 ways, a new deposit must be made to continue earning or receiving from the fund in any way. Now, the 4 ways is as following. You will have the 1% daily return. This is 100% completely passive to all users and members of Tron Chain. 1% daily return of your personal deposit is credited to your account every 24 hours. The system algorithm will continue to distribute this 1% up to the point where the maximum income limit of 310 is received. So for example, you support the fund with a 10,000 TRX, you can now receive 31,000 Tron back. Every 24 hours, you will receive, it should say 100 Tron there, until 310 days, or until you receive the maximum 310% limit through any of the other 3 ways, whichever reaches first. So whatever you do, whatever you contribute towards this fund, and whatever you receive from fund, is going towards the 310 limit. So this is the number one. Number 2, we have a direct commission of 10%. Now this is the optional way. If you would like to share this opportunity, build a team, help us to grow this community, you will be awarded with a direct commission whenever a direct partner makes a deposit. This goes for the first deposit and any future redeposits that might happen. For example, let's say your partner deposits 10,000 Tron, you will receive 1,000 Tron as your direct commission. There are also no limits to how many direct partners you can have. Keep that in mind. There are no limits. This is a uni-level where you're building your first line as wide as possible. Now, we're going to the matching commission, which is the 3rd way. This is the hidden gem. This is the most powerful compensation plan that you will ever experience. This is leveraging on a high level. Now, the matching commission is based upon your partner's daily 1% return. As we know, everyone receives 1% every single day on their deposit. Your matching bonus is awarded every single time a downline partner makes a withdrawal of that 1% daily return. Now, the levels of matching that you receive is based upon how many direct partners you personally sponsored. You will have 1 level added for each direct referral. This basically means that if you share this opportunity, let's say with 3 people, they sign up through your link and they contribute to the fund and they start receiving their 1% as well, they are your first generation. Every single time they withdraw their 1%, you will receive a 30% match on this. Let's say that they deposit 10,000 Tron, they are receiving 100 Tron every single day. They make a deposit or a withdrawal after 10 days accumulation. That's 1,000 Tron. You receive 300 Tron of that. A 30% match on every single person on your front line. Now, and as we know, the more people you have on your front line, the more levels of matching you will open up. The total is 15. Now, from all partners on level 2, 3, 4, and 5, you will receive a 10% match every single time someone makes a withdrawal. On all partners on level 6 to 10, you'll receive a 8% match every single time they make a withdrawal. And on all partners on level 11 to 15, you have a 5% match every single time someone makes a withdrawal. This, my friends, is how you can build and generate yourself a daily massive residual income on a smart contract. There are users, there are leaders, there are community participants that are making anything from 500 to 5,000 to 50,000 to 150,000 Tron daily with this compensation plan. And justified it is because they brought volume and growth to the community. They help sustain this community fund, and that is why they are being rightfully rewarded for that. So if you would like to create yourself a real residual income, this is absolutely a gem. Now, going to the fourth and the final way of receiving support from the community fund is a daily top sponsor pool. Every single day, the top 4 sponsors in the Tron Chain community is heavily awarded. So 3% of all deposits that go into the Tron Chain contract is added to a separate daily top sponsor pool. Every single day, 10% of this pool is awarded to the top 4 sponsors of Tron volume. That means if you are the one that brought the most volume of TRX to this community on one day during 24 hours, you are a part of winning this 10%. The remaining 90% is rolled over to the next day's pool to continue to increase the growth and the reward to the top sponsors ahead. Just imagine this. We started out at 0. 10% of this pool has gone out every single day as 3% has been added. Right now, that top sponsor pool is 29 million Tron. That means 2.9 million Tron is shared between the top 4 sponsors every single day in our community. And every single day, it's 4 new. It is the 4 that brought the most volume to this community. Now, the allocation of that 2.9 million, the 10%, is as following. Number 1 will receive 40%, number 2, 30, then 20, and then 10. This is a massive incentive for anyone and everyone to come in and build this community. Now, let's look at the minimum and the maximum deposit limit. The reason this has been created is in order to maximize the sustainability of this project. Now, the first deposit, you will need to do a minimum of 100 TRX, but you can deposit all the way up to 100,000 Tron. Now, choose your deposit amount wisely, because once you made a deposit, you will need to receive the full 310 before you can make a second. Now, the second deposit needs to be equal or greater than the previous, meaning that if you deposited 10,000 Tron the first time, the minimum amount is 10,000 on the second. You can now deposit all the way up to 300,000. The third deposit needs to be equal or greater than the previous, up to 900,000, and the fourth and any after needs to be equal or greater than the previous, up to 2 million. That means 2 million is the maximum amount that you can contribute to this fund and receive a 310% return on. But there are no limits to how many times you can make a deposit. You can make a 5th, a 6th, a 10th, a 100th deposit, as long as you complete your cycles. So unlimited cycles and unlimited redeposits. But the reason we have these limits is because we will not allow any whale or anyone to come in and put a large amount to just drain the fund. That is not possible, and that is what increases the sustainability of this project. Now, the total distribution of the deposited funds that goes to Tron Chain is allocated in this way. There is a 5% platform fee that goes away. 3% is being added to the daily top sponsor pool, as we know. 10% goes instantly as a direct commission to the sponsor, while a total of 82%, my friends, 82% of everyone's deposit will be stored in a Tron Chain contract, and it will be distributed to everyone through the 1% and the matching commission. This is how a true community builds together, because whatever we do it together. Everyone supports everyone. 82% of what I do goes towards every one of you. And 82% of what every one of you do goes towards everyone in this community. That is why our motto is, everyone supports everyone. And we're so proud to see that this has been embraced by so many. Right now, 604,000 people around this world has said yes to Tron Chain, has contributed to Tron Chain, and has received from the Tron Chain Community Fund. That is unique. That is something no one else can claim. Now, a new addition, my friends, the Tron Chain insurance contract. This was deployed this week, and the Tron Chain insurance contract was, as said, recently deployed and is now live. This will allow the community together with the Clip City dev team to create a secure and safe environment for all users and new members joining Tron Chain. Now, the insurance contract is coded to Tron Chain in the way that if the balance would ever go to zero, now, as we know, we highly doubt that, the contract will be activated, and those members who have not received 100% of their deposit, they can claim the difference from the balance in this insurance contract. That means that we as a community and we as the Eclipse City ecosystem together are creating a guarantee, an insurance for every single new member. Peace of mind. All concerns will be wiped away because they know that if and ever something is to happen, they are insured. They will be recovered at least 100% of their deposit. Now, this is not a claim that we can state already today because, of course, the insurance balance needs to grow. And that is why we will now mention the two ways that it will be filled. So the insurance contract will be filled in two ways. The one way is community members will voluntarily contribute 5% every time they make a redeposit or at any time they so wish or at any amount they wish. What I personally am doing, as I have showed and as I've explained, and what the community leadership and the core leaders of the Tron Chain community is doing, is that every time that we make a new deposit, we contribute 10% of this to the insurance fund. 10% of this insurance, what our deposits, goes towards the insurance fund. We ask the community together as one to help out to fill this, to make sure that everyone else that comes in after you feels just as safe and secure as you do right now. And by doing that, you can contribute 5% to this insurance fund when you make a new deposit, because then you have cycled, you receive a lot of profit, 310%, and a 5% of your next deposit is a minimum amount to make sure that everyone feels safe and secure in this environment. Now, number two, there will be percentages from revenue of, no, percentages from the Eclipse City revenue will be added at random times. So there will be multiple ways that Eclipse City is generating revenue. Most of this is, of course, going back out to the users. Part of it is going into the Eclipse City ecosystem. We will generate, or we will additionally put percentages of this into the insurance contract, helping out to fill and fuel this to make sure that everyone feels safe and secure. We together can create a safe environment, a proper DeFi support fund built by the people, sustained by the people, and for the people. That, my friends, is what we're doing here. The world's first decentralized financial community fund that supports millions and millions of people. So we're very, very proud to present this insurance contract. It is nothing that is it is not obligatory or mandatory. This is a free will. If you feel that Tron Chain has supported you, then please support Tron Chain back. All right, guys, moving on. The important notes. Tron Chain is, as we know, a community-based project. It is 100% decentralized with peer-to-peer transactions through smart contract technology. When you have received 310%, you need to make a new deposit to continue earning or receiving from any of the four ways. The reason for this is because it eliminates as well people draining. If you would like to continue to receive, no matter how much you build or how big your team is, you will need to make a new deposit. You will need to contribute to the fund again. It also eliminates any form of possible Ponzi, because in a Ponzi, you always have new members paying the old. Where in Tron Chain, you have old members paying new, medium members paying old, new members paying old, and everyone supporting everyone. That is the mantra. The minimum entry is 100 Tron, my friends. That is about $3 at the current rate. It is open to all participants, no restrictions. All you need is a little bit of Tron and a Tron wallet. And the unique, of course, there are no referrals required in order to receive. The 1% pays out daily to all members, 100% passive. That means that the 604,000 members we have all received from the fund. I don't think there's anyone else that can claim that 100% of their community has received. This is unique, my friends. And we know, of course, that we can increase the speed of our returns by helping out to growing the community fund through marketing and sharing of Tron Chain. The combination of allowing the passive investor, the passive depositor, the passive supporter to lock arms with the active marketer is the key to the success of a community project. You cannot eliminate one part or the other. If you can find a combination, which Tron Chain has done, because we allow both the passive investors and the active marketer to take part, because they are both part of sustaining this, and that is what allows Tron Chain to have the success it's having. So there are multiple people who are increasing the speed of their returns. They are receiving 310% in a day, in a week, in a month, or less, because they help out. They grow the community. They help you all to receive, and that is why it's justified. So the marketing plan we have is second to none. I don't think we have seen anything out there. And as we all know, my friends, the Eclipse City dev team is developing a complete ecosystem of DeFi services, online gaming, crypto banking, and much more, supporting the Tron Chain Community Fund. Now, with that, we are going to drop off and have a quick Q&A on the Tron Chain Community Fund and the contract itself. So if you have any questions, please pop them into the Q&A chat box. We will go through them and have a look. Now, let me see here and read. Greetings, Andreas. Rafael Ponton from Bogota, Colombia. Even on the Tron Chain website, the structure of new partners is not appreciated. If it is giving the commission, but the structure of the new ones does not appear in network. Yes, so there has been the last couple of days. So this is due to the Tron browser that we're working with. We are experiencing some issues with that. We are looking into it, and the genealogy and the structure will soon be showing as it should. Rest assured that the contract is not failing or anything else. Everything is working as it should. It is just a visual error in the interface. Let me see. Maybe connection broke up for 5 minutes or break up after 5 minutes for about 10 to 15 seconds. I hope we're back online. Thank you for noticing me. Let me see here. All right, so any questions regarding UME, EFT, USwap, the debit card and all that? We are having other calls and groups for this. This is a call for Tron Chain, my friends, so please let the questions be about Tron Chain. Good morning. So what are the way to receive the money from the insurance contract? All right, so the way to receive. Now, the insurance contract will not be activated and will not give out any funds until, if ever, the Tron Chain Community Fund goes to zero. At that time, there will be a claim button or a refund claim button in your dashboard. If you have overall total statistics received less than what you deposited, you will be able to click on the refund button and it will interact with the insurance contract and you will claim the difference. You will then be credited the difference that you up until your 100% of deposit. So the insurance is not there for old members to receive their 310 or for you to receive additional profit. The insurance contract is there to guarantee and ensure new members joining that whatever happens, if something was to happen with Tron Chain, they are guaranteed to receive their at least 100% of their deposit back. So that will be the way to interact. So the insurance contract will not actually, well, hopefully never be used, but if the Tron Chain Community Fund ever goes to zero, which we highly doubt, it will be activated, and that is when the funds in that contract can be claimed. Which app is best for Tron? Can we continue using Tron Wallet or change the app? I do recommend to change the app. Tron Wallet is outdated. They are not getting the recent updates because the dev team is now developing Clever Wallet. So either change the app to Clever Wallet, Token Pocket, Tron Link. That would be my 3 suggestions. Can you address the matching bonuses one more time? You know, I would appreciate if we could just look through the video, but the matching bonus is paid out on your partner's daily 1%. Everyone in this community receives 1% every single day. If you're building a team, depending on how many people you got on your front line, you'll receive a matching bonus on the 1% that is received by all partners in your entire team up to 15 levels down. So that is kind of compounding on their income. Just reading, guys, just reading the questions. All right, so how do I get the debit card? Please ask this in the Telegram group. You will be forwarded to the Eclipse City debit card group. You will be purchasing the card through debitcard.eclipsecity.io. Now, please take that into the Telegram group or any Facebook group, and you will be forwarded to that. 5% insurance is a once-off. No, you know, the 5% insurance, the donation of this is voluntarily. In what we will teach as community leaders, as a community, is that every time that you make a new deposit, add an additional 5% to the insurance fund. It is not a once-off. It's a once-off if you want it. It's a never-off if you also want it. But if you have received from this fund, if you're in profit from this fund, that means you have been supported. Now it's time to do support back. So anytime that you make a new deposit to continue to receive, add an additional 5% to the insurance. This will instill peace of mind for every single new member that are looking at Tron Chain, that has a concern that what if, what happens, how long will it survive? Because guys, that is always the freaking questions. When we can show them that does not matter what happens, you are guaranteed to receive 100% of your deposit back if something were to happen with Tron Chain, no one will ever have any doubts of coming, and the growth and the momentum of Tron Chain will explode with a massive, massive momentum. Can we have a pop-up for the insurance contributions when one is redepositing? That is unfortunately not possible to make up. That is why we have the donation button. It is up to us as a community to teach our teams, you know, to teach our leaders, to teach their leaders, to teach the team, to teach the community why we're doing this. Why do we have the insurance? And I do believe that everyone understands the importance and the psychological importance of having this insurance. Regarding the debit card, ordering of debit card, when you have downloaded the app, there is nothing you can do. You cannot top up, you cannot make a virtual card, you cannot do anything until you have received and activated your physical card that you purchased. The TRX card is already launched, my friends. I do appreciate if we can keep the questions to Tron Chain. Thank you. I see the same questions going on and on and on. I have been replying regarding the structure. The structure is because the DApp browser of Tron is not fully functional the way it should be. We're working on it, and it will be sorted out. The structure has no meaning for you, my friends. Why is this being such a big thing for everyone? You don't need to see your structure. The smart contract is there to ensure that you're getting exactly what you're supposed to get as what you're entitled to. The structure will be resolved and updated when the browser of Tron is accordingly. This is not something from Tron Chain, okay? Thank you. All right, guys, so we are going to drop off. Thank you to every one of you that has been on this call. Thank you so much for all the kind words, the support, and the commitment that you guys are giving towards this community. You know, together we are truly making a difference. We already now have more than 600,000 members around this world, and we are making an impact on each and every single one of them. And this is only the beginning, my friends. We're barely scratching the surface of the potential we have. So let's make sure, guys, that we share this amazing opportunity with everyone. There is no better way to accumulate Tron than to be with Tron Chain. Thank you so much, my friends, and I will see you all on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.